Yo everyone, this is Yo-Yo from Old School RuneScape. So I was never really good at PvM, but when I made my first Ironman account, that all had to change. So this is me, facing new challenges and trying out as many bosses as I can, but this time without a bank on my new Ultimate Ironman. So in the last episode, our goal was to get to Mostly Harmless so we could play the mini game Trouble Brewing, and the reason why was so we can get an easier fletching XP. But in order to do that, we had to finish two quests, the Underground Pass and Regicide, so we could death pile since we're a UIM and you're not allowed to bring items into the mini game. There is a second thing we could benefit from this area, but we'll talk more about that later in the episode. So we're going to start off by doing those two quests that we mentioned just now. Alright, we're going to start off with the Underground Pass. I'm not sure how many times I have done this quest, but every single time I do it, this grid trap gives me a hard time. For once, I had it easy. Poor unicorn. And of course, this would not be the Underground Pass unless I fell at least once. Alright, Underground Pass completed. We're going to start off Regicide right off the back. We'll burn this place down because we're forced to do it. And Regicide completed. Okay, we have had this hard clue for a while now. I think it's about time we get rid of it. We'll talk to the examiner for a puzzle, finish the puzzle for another step, and rune boots. Yep, this is a drop for sure. So I wanted to take a moment to say I spent a lot of time training agility, and at the last minute I decided I would go for level 70 because I got tired of walking around without a full set of graceful with me. So this is my second montage for agility for this series. I hope you enjoy. Finally, 70 agility for the account, and we locked a few good shortcuts too, but most importantly we unlocked the Bofa for the future so when we're ready to start the Corrupted Gauntlet. Alright, so we have more than enough graceful marks to buy the rest of the outfit. And with this, we completed our second green lock for the account. And now we can get our gloves back that we put here in the last episode. And you love to see a full graceful set completed. We no longer need these two items, so that's a drop. So I took a break from the main game, as you can see. I spent some time to complete some quests in the speedrun server, and now we have all our points that we need for some new items. This is also not an upgrade by any means, this is just purely cosmetic, but we don't want to look like a bot like everyone else. So now we're just going to combine all these parts together to get that going, and now we look so much better. Okay, so we finally completed the two quests that we set out to do, and now we're ready to play the minigame Trouble Brewing. We are really here to get easier fletching XP, and the reason why was because we were having a hard time training it with the restriction on this account mode. But with this, it should be a lot easier to get level 60 since we'll have a full inventory to use. Okay, level 60 fletching, and after only a few hours of being here. And level 69 cooking to add to that. So I know I said I was only here to get fletching XP, but I didn't know that I would also be getting cooking XP. So we're going to take advantage of that too and go for level 70 since we're already here. So I must say, it feels great again to have a full inventory to use. I have been playing on my Ultimate Ironman lately that I stopped playing on my main Ironman as much that I almost forgot what it feels like to have all this space. I also thought about making a short guide for this minigame. Not only is this game easy to play, but everything you do here is AFK-able besides putting the bark in the bin. I can't say how much time I spent here because I was not entirely focused while I was playing, unless I was putting the bark in the bin. But the time I spent here was worth it because I didn't want to do grapes in a jug to make jugs of wine. I had no other method of training cooking besides fishing and cooking that fish and then dropping them, which seems like a waste since I can't bank them. 70 cooking achieved, and now we're done with this minigame for now. Even though we are done with this minigame for now, we will definitely be coming back in the future for future levels. Since the game has a few minutes to end, I'll explain this for the next clip. As a UIM, the looting bag is a must for that extra inventory space, and with this being said, I finally realized that we need to start playing Last Man Standing. And the reason for this is for the points to buy the looting bag to make it so much easier. I spent a lot of hours getting a looting bag whenever I died or I needed to death pile or I forgot an item when I actually needed it and it was still in the bag. This can really suck at moments, and I am telling you right now, do not expect me to win because I am terrible at PvP. I've never been a player of PvP, but it turns out, oh damn it, I am so nervous. How do I tell if it's a bot? There's no chance I actually got a kill.
You got a little ambitious. It must be a glitch. It must be.
Whatever.
It must be a glitch. It must be.
I am so garbage. Alright, whatever. I'm racking up these 1 points. Get it! Yes! Oh my god, I actually got a second kill,
Sit the
dude!
fuck down. Zio.
Get it.
Zio.
Oh wait! I actually got the kill! Oh my god! Oh my god.
Down.
Sit down! And I got his claws. Let's go.
It must be a glitch. It must be.
Oh my god. This is so cool. Dude, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna enjoy this. I continued to play Last Man Standing and I kept dying a lot, but it did not stop me from playing because I was starting to have fun, despite never having to PK anyone before. Most UIM I see on YouTube play this game mode because it's easier to get a looting back here because they only cost 1 point. And it saves a lot of time versus having to kill monsters for a drop, which can suck sometimes, because it's time consuming or you don't hit the drop rate. I do plan to come back here in the future and maybe grind out the rune pouch here instead of doing Slayer because this is something I've never done before. And every time we have ever grind for a rune pouch, it was usually through Slayer, and we spent about 750 Slayer points, which can take a while to grind versus being here for like maybe a day depending on how it goes. So we're now doing temple trekking because we need pure essence, and the reason why this is so important is because not only do we get to teleport around when we need, but we need law in our runes so we can make portals to the POH, because they are permanent when you make them, and this can reduce the amount of runes that we hold in the inventory. I think about 1,000 of these will do for now, and if we need more we can always come back. It took a few kills to get the air talisman, and I didn't really just want to drop it after already having it, so I double checked the wiki and I actually remember this is a clue item. And after making our air runes, we decided to build a stash unit for future clues we might have to do. So I found a way to store money in the POH so I don't have to go anywhere else to do it anymore.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Well, I built the wrong one, and now we're down a few coins, but no point in crying about it, it's time to move on. So next we have the portal room, one of the biggest things to have in a POH. Goodbye coins. And now we build the teleport focus so we can make our portals. We went to go chop some trees for our logs to turn into planks, and now we got everything we need. And now we finally crafted our law runes that we're gonna need. Lumbridge will go here. The other side will have Artie, Yellen, and Camelot. Alright, this is perfect for us. The upgrades are coming in and this house is starting to look more like a house. And I must say, I am proud of it now, so we can get around faster without carrying so many rooms on us. Alright, so now we can talk more about the second thing we could benefit from this area, which is the snake hide. So this is the armor made for range, and its stats are not amazing, I know, but hear me out. It's good for us because we can wear it, and we don't have any range armor right now at the moment, and the most important part about this is we can store it in the POH, so we don't have to worry about it taking up inventory space. The best part about these snakes is that the hide has 100% drop rate, and I found a nice spawn point to just stand here and wait for them instead of running around and killing them. This might take a bit of time to collect the hides, but it's alright. So we ventured all the way back to the desert just to tan our first wave of snake hides to turn into our first ranged outfit piece. And the first piece we're going to be making is a snake body hide. Okay, so I could not make the body because I was missing a few levels, but that's alright because there is an item that could boost me to get where I need to be. This mushroom can be turned into a pie, which I do have the cooking level to use, but the problem is the drop rate to obtain it. It's a 1 out of 100, and I do have to chop some trees until I get it, which we will do a bit later. Okay, so for now, since we have everything, we'll go ahead and make the leg part of the armor, and we'll be right back with more hides. We now have enough to make the vamps, followed by the bandana, and now we'll make the boots, and then we'll start getting ready to start a grind to avoid another grind. So in order to make that last piece of the armor we need for the full set, we plan to stay here until we get the item to boost for the level we want. After a day or so, we finally got it. This wasn't too bad versus that time that I spent grinding for it during leagues, when it was glitched. I think we got everything we need to make it. We just have to add this piece to the pie to complete it, We'll cook it here because the burn rate is decreased when using a cook stove for certain food, and let's hope we do not burn it. Thankfully we didn't burn it. I would have hated if we would have had to go back there for another drop. So we are poisoned because we forgot the ante, but the good part is that we actually have our snake hides for the last piece of the set. We just need these 2 items. And then we eat this to get the boost we need, and now we just need to hurry and make it before the boost runs out. These 2 items are important, so we definitely need to pick this back up. We are going to go ahead and put this armor piece inside here since we know we have the full set and we can take it out. I know it's at the bottom down here. And with that, the whole set is completed. And this will be our best in slot for range for a while until we can get our hands on something else. I know, it's not the best, but it's what we have to work with here until we can decide what other armor is going to be good for us that we can also store it in the POH. Maybe Void, I was thinking about that, but that is a grind itself, which doesn't include the Elite Void. Right when I was about to drop this pie, I remembered that we had gotten a Dragonstone drop a while back, but we'll talk more about where exactly we got it from on the next episode because it is a spoiler. We are also going to make a Ring of Dueling since we're already here and we need it until we make the jewelry box for the POH. We'll use this last piece of the pie to get this boost to be able to make the Ring of Wealth, and voila, it's made, and now we just need to enchant it so we can get the full benefits from it. So I did in fact decide to go back to Last Man Standing since I was having so much fun earlier. I think I finally committed to this minigame and I can't wait to start grinding for the rune pouch. I have never liked PKing, which is why I've never gave this minigame a try, but this goes to show you never know if you like something until you've actually tried it. So if anyone is watching this video, this is me telling you to give it a try. At first you will lose a lot, but after you figure out where you want your items in your inventory for an easier switch, and when you get your F keys figured out, this will make the whole process easier. After getting my first kill, I made my way around the map and eventually I found my second opponent, and it took some time, but at some point one of us finally lost the match. After I got my second kill, this led me to getting a third, and at some point a fourth, and then I won my first game after losing so many matches. After grinding this minigame for so long, I think I'll end this episode on a good note with the W I just got. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.